everybody. A couple weeks ago or last week, whatever, I made a video on step progression, and I just kind of wanted to show an example of that in real life. So here, what you're seeing is each one of these four rows of colored section is a single 4 week block. Typically, I'm in wave progression, so my main lower and my main upper body are ascending in intensity or descending in intensity. Regardless, it's cyclical. I have the same. I know the prescribed work every 4 weeks, and I can kind of change around which day I'm doing which intensity, which weight, and all that sort of thing. Sometimes they both ascend, sometimes they both descend, sometimes they stagger like this. It doesn't really matter, but the point is that it's a pretty cyclical 28-day cycle with heavy lower, heavy upper, dynamic lower, and then a dynamic upper, which is really rather than dynamic work, it's typically like an implement, so my dumbbell or my log or something. Um, and then, so the thing I wanted to show is the step progression, which is what you're looking at here. I had an off week, and then I had 2 weeks in a row at a similar effort, and then I had another down week, and then I'm going back into just normal swing of things with training, looking like the waves like they were before. So a couple reasons why I did that. The main one is just for calendar reasons. When I looked ahead to my show and I realized I was 12 weeks out, I was 2 weeks into one of these 4 week blocks. And so I kind of said, well, I'll just do another step down, kind of repeat last week, but go heavier. And that leads into my second main reason of choosing to do this is that the transitional time between, you know, doing a lot of correctional work and a lot of work capacity stuff into my main heavy work, I needed to kind of step up and do a short burst of heavy lifting to increase, the range of weights that I'm working with. The stuff up here was such high volume that I really wasn't working with the full weights that I was capable of. So here I just kind of hit 2 pretty heavy weeks right in a row, just focusing on the main movements and didn't really fuck around with accessories or pump work too much. Just kind of hit my mains and hit my conditioning and cardio and all that, and then moved on, so that I could jump up pretty aggressively and wait, those 2 weeks without fucking myself up. And then since that was so aggressive, and it's also ties to the 4 weeks, I took another down week. That down week, though it was restful, was very incorporating some show specific stuff that I'm going to need to work on. So I kind of used that like time crunch opportunity and my down week opportunity as a time to work on the stuff going into the next whole phase, not just, like I've talked about before, you're gonna in those down weeks work on the variations and the setups that you've got going on to in the next block. Most of those are actually the same, and the things that I transitioned and worked on, the mechanisms I worked on were more so, show specific things like stepping over my log to practice going to the next one, or actually getting under the yoke and farmers and carrying them, not just picks and stuff like that. So kind of added that first layer of specificity to everything. And then now that I have an even 3-4 week blocks lined up until the show, I just go right back into that, continuing on the weights that I had worked up to, or maybe down a little bit so that I can come back up again. But regardless, that was kind of the main thing I wanted to show was this little step progression right here in the middle, between 2 periods of pure wave progression. So, different progressions can be utilized and inserted like that is a one-time thing. You know, you could run a whole program off step progression like this as your main movements. You don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it like this, but just the way that I prefer. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it on step progressions for now. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.